Right before we begin, a quick word from your hapless host and beleaguered father. You may notice the sound quality in this adventure of my daughter's keeper is, shall we say, not quite BBC radio quality. Yes, I'm aware that it sounds like it was recorded inside of a tin mug halfway down a well, and that is entirely on me. Turns out reliable audio gear costs a small fortune, and as an unpaid podcaster/dad, my priorities remain firmly fixed upon child support payments before condenser microphones. So please, bear with the pops, hisses, and whatever phantom echoes the elder gods deem appropriate for this one. The next adventure will sound vastly better. In the meantime, grab a blanket, dim the lights, and join us as we brave the storm of Beacon Island, because no amount of technical failure can drown out cosmic horror, or the sound of a father desperately trying to keep it together behind the GM screen. Alright, let's begin. My Daughter's Keeper presents The Lightless Beacon, When the Lights Went Out, by Lee Carr with Lynn Hardy, honoring Greg Stafford. Starring Morgana as the Federal Investigator, Matilda as the famed artist, and special guest star Kate as the marine biologist. Episode 3, Amphibious Assault. A sudden crash shatters the uneasy quiet, the sound of the front door slamming violently into the wall. The echo rolls through the narrow cottage, rattling the jars and cans in neat rows. For a heartbeat, no one moves. Then the artist, heart thudding, steps cautiously into the hallway, her lantern trembling in her grasp. The beam of light swings across the corridor, coats muddy prints, a dull sheen on the floorboards, before coming to rest on the figure standing in the open doorway. Rain drives in from behind it, wind tearing through the coats, but the thing does not flinch. Its head tilts slightly, the skin slick and grey-green in the lamplight. Wide, lidless eyes stare back, too round, too glassy, too unaware. Flaps of flesh hang loosely around its neck, twitching as it breathes, and its lips, thick and pale, drool back just enough to reveal sharp teeth. The artist knows this face, or something like it, the Innsmouth look. This is no sailor, no lost traveller in the storm. It is one of the tainted prodigy of the deep, a half-human, half-hybrid, its transformation nearly complete. The thing blinks once, slow and deliberate, and takes a single step forward into the cottage, water pooling at its feet. Outside, thunder rolls, and for a moment it almost sounds like a voice answering from the sea.
Do I hear this?
You do.
But I'm still where I was.
Can I grab my knife out?
Okay. I'm so happy that I'm upstairs. Can I try to...
You stay with the fishman, you stay there.
Yeah, can I get pick up a body and just
If there's anything to hide
put
under.
it downstairs? So and then they think that,
You want to throw the bodies down the stairs?
Is there
Mm,
any
okay.
hiding spot I can hide? Like somewhere I can hide?
Give me a spot here. You give me a strength throw.
Yeah. Let's throw bodies down
This
today.
is in the pantry.
Did not
The larder.
have 36 over a 25.
No, your spot hidden is 55. So that is a pass. Yeah, that's a pass then. So you throw that down the stairs.
The creature's bulging eyes flicker towards you, its throat working a wet, rasping sound that might be a breath or a word. Instinct takes over. Tilly lets out a strangled cry and bolts, her boots slipping on the wet floorboards as she dives for the nearest door, the bunk room. She slams it shut behind her, pressing her back against the cold wood as the lantern wobbles in her trembling hands. Dust motes drift through the beam, her heartbeat deafening in her ears. From beyond the door she can hear the creature's slow, deliberate steps in the hall. Meanwhile, up in the beacon, the Federal agent moves with grim efficiency. She grips the limp shoulders of the strange, fish-faced corpse and drags it over to the head of the stairs. The body leaves a slick crimson trail on the metal decking. With a grunt, she heaves, the corpse tumbles down the winding stairwell, bones cracking wetly against the iron slabs. The thuds echo down through the cottage, a grotesque rhythm that drowns out even the thunder for a moment. Then silence. A flash of lightning throws a long shadow through the hallways of the corridor, and in that white glare, Tilly can just make out the creature's silhouette along the corridor under the crack of the door.
Tilly, you dive into the bunk room. Could you roll me one of your regular dice, one of your square dice? Yeah.
Wee.
Tilly drops to her knees, her palms slick with sweat, and crawls beneath the far bunk. Dust coats her hand, and boards above her creak softly as she shifts her weight. The scent of damp wool and old salt fills her nostrils. Her eyes catch the dark outline of a wooden chest pushed up against the wall. Heavy, scuffed, the limbs slightly bobbed. It looks just large enough to hide behind. She wriggles into position, pulling her knees tight to her chest and pressing herself into the shadow cast by the trunk. Her breath is shallow, silent as she dare make it.
Can I see if there's anything in it?
Well, you're hiding at the moment,
Yeah, basically. So I wait until I'm done hiding.
and you're still hiding away in the...
Larder.
Larder.
Pantry, where it is.
Give me a stealth roll. And if you don't have stealth, I think it's base. Oh, you got 40. That's good then.
Yeah, good. That's nice.
1.
Oh!
No.
Critical.
That's an extreme.
That's better than extreme. It's a critical.
Why are you
Right.
munching in the corner?
That's extreme.
Our marine biologist moves like a shadow through the gloom of the cottage. She slips into the pantry and eases the door shut behind her, careful not to let the latch click. The air inside is cool and smells faintly of brine, oil, and old wood. Her pulse thunders in her ears, but she forces herself to breathe slow and silent. One by one, she begins to move the heavier items, the crate of tinned food, a sack of flour, positioning them carefully against the inside of the door. The wood groans softly, but the storm outside swallows the noise. When she's done, the barricade looks accidental, like ordinary storage, but it will hold, at least for a time. She kills the light. The darkness swallows everything. Only the faintest glimmering of light seeps through the narrow cracks in the wall, flashing across the rows of jars and preserved goods. She presses herself into the deepest corners behind a shelf stacked with dusty tins, curling small and still, every nerve on fire.
You are...
I'm the blinker.
You're hidden. Which is just as well, because at that moment you hear the door slam open
Oh god. So,
and wet footsteps start making their way down the
oh no,
hallway.
it's one of the fishmen.
Maybe somebody had a shower.
It's a fishman.
And they came in.
It's a fishman. It's a fishman.
See what's happening at the moment.
Nope.
Because none of you...
They had to come out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're hiding.
And I throw bodies. You put bodies down the stairs. That's useful.
You're not aware of anything other than how quiet it is from down below.
Can
You heard the door slam open,
Yeah.
and now it's all gone quiet.
Okay. Can I curl up
Can I
nearish,
peek out?
nearish the light bulb, the giant bulb?
There's not really anywhere you can hide up here, but you can put yourself on the far side, because it's a circular room.
Yeah.
You could put yourself on the far side to make it difficult for them to get to you. So you're basically on the other side of the rail
Yeah.
with a spiral staircase.
Okay.
They would have to come around to get to you. Whereas, that's really the only place you could possibly hide.
Yeah.
Give me a stealth roll.
I got 50. It's not that bad. Okay. 11.
The Federal Investigator steadies her breathing, eyes sweeping the lantern room's lower level one final time. The rain lashes against the shattered panes, each gust of wind carrying a spray of cold seawater and the scent of blood. Beneath the rhythmic churning of the lamp's gears, she can still hear it, faintly. Movement somewhere below, slow, searching, coming closer. She moves quickly but deliberately, stepping over the bodies and finding her spot, a narrow gap between the mechanism housing and a stack of supply crates off in shadow. From here, she has a clear view of the winding stair that leads up to the room, the trapdoor gaping black against the flickering lightning outside.
Tucked away the best you possibly can be,
Yay.
up in the heights of the lighthouse. Our marine biologist is tucked away in the larder. You hear the slop of wet footsteps approaching down the hallway. There's a stop, there's a sniff. It sounds like they're investigating the kitchen, just directly across from you.
Stop munching, Mum.
I was going to say, the question is, what are you going to do?
If I get to it.
Give me a stealth roll
That's
then.
the plan, anyway.
Let's see if
59.
stealth.
40.
You could push the roll like Mo did and find a narrative reason to re-roll, or you can spend the 19 luck to make that a pass.
Maybe not, Mum. Maybe
As I
not.
said, we're into endgame territory here. This is the time to burn luck.
Yeah.
If you've got the luck to burn, I certainly would recommend it.
The marine biologist pressed herself tighter into the shadows, every muscle aching with the effort to remain still. The storm outside drowns the world in a sound, but beneath its roar she hears it, the soft, wet scrape of movements just beyond the door. The handle twitches once, twice, then a low, damp breath seeps through the cracks in the woods. The faint stink of brine and rotting fish fills the air. She doesn't move, not a sound, not a breath. A jar somewhere on the shelf beside her shifts slightly in the dark. A bead of sweat slips down her neck, but the barricade holds, and the faint rumble of thunder covers even that. Outside, the creature steps softly, dragging through a hall, circling, listening. Then the sound of his breathing recedes, replaced by the faint squelch of bare webbed feet moving towards the kitchen. She waits 10, 20, 30 seconds. The darkness hums with her heartbeat. Only when the floorboard groans somewhere further away does she dare exhale, the breath shaky, quiet, barely real.
What's Tilly doing? Tilly is hiding under the bunk. You can hear that there are slop of wet feet in the corridor.
Can I go? Can I peek out and carefully throw my knife and quietly shut the door?
That's several actions, so we'll take them in order. Give me a spot hidden to start with. That is not quite a hard pass, but it's a pass.
The artist shifts ever so slightly beneath the bunk, her neck stiff, her heart hammering in her throat. The wooden chest digs into her ribs, and the dust stings her eyes, but curiosity wins over terror. Slowly, painfully slowly, she tilts her head towards the gap beneath the bed frame. The faint light from the hallway spills through the doorway. It stands there, motionless for a heartbeat, head turning with a slow, searching sway. Broad shoulders, a hunched neck, the glimmer of gills opening and closing in the stormlit air. The eyes, lidless, silver, catching the dim glow, and for an awful instant they seem to look straight into the room. Then a flash of lightning cuts through the window, throwing everything into sharp, white relief, and Tilly sees it clearly. A deep one, tall and terrible, framed in the bunkroom doorway. She clamps a hand over her mouth and stifles a gasp rising in her chest. The thing lingers one heartbeat longer, then begins to move on.
It hasn't spotted you yet.
Ah, good. Next time.
You're going to ready your knife, are you?
Yeah, I'm scared. That's scared.
Okay.
I'm gonna lunge in and just stab them.
You're not in a position. You're hiding under a bunk. You're in no position to move at any speed.
You could like thread. How about I throw it at his eye so he can't see one of his eyes. And so I will quietly pull and then one to that direction.
You've only got 20, so I wouldn't recommend it.
luck.
You could. All right. Okay then. Yeah. Give me a throw roll then. Give me a throw roll. You're going to try from your hidden space under the bunk.
76.
On a 20, which is a huge fail. You would have to spend. You would have to spend 59 points of luck.
Oh
All our
God!
luck.
Do it.
You haven't got enough luck.
I got 59 luck.
No, you've got 49 luck. Yes, because we haven't crossed off the 1 point of luck that you lost.
Yes, I did. See, I had 50.
No, that's your sanity.
Oh, sorry.
You could push it.
I was trying to get out, but I just couldn't since I was really wedged in there, and I really couldn't get out.
Right, let's have a reroll then. You've repositioned yourself. That's a fumble. That's a 97
Oh God! Oh.
on a 20.
Oh, so Tilly's
You-
character's going to die tonight?
Tilly's pulse pounds in her ears as she watches the creature's shadow shift across the threshold. Her hand tightens around the small knife, her only weapon slick with sweat and trembling with adrenaline. She waits for the right moment. The rhythm of his footsteps, the next flash of lightning. She moves. The blade slips from her grip. Too much haste, too much fear. It catches on the edge of the bunk above her with a sharp clang, the jolt driving the hilt hard into her knuckles. Pain flashes up her arm, and the knife tumbles from her hand, clattering against the floorboards with a sound far too loud in the stillness. The deep one freezes. Slowly, it turns its head towards the noise. The faint light from the hallway glints off its eyes, twin glassy orbs reflected back at her. The gills along his throat flare open with a soft, wet hiss. Then it moves. With a sudden jerking motion, the creature launches itself towards the bunk room, its webbed feet slapping against the wood, claws scraping the door frame as it stoops low to peer inside.
Squeeze back in there. Let's squeeze back in there.
You've caught its attention.
Does it see me then?
Funny enough, it's its turn now.
Does it see me though?
Oh yes, it's seen you. And it is heading straight for you.
The creature lets out a low, guttural hiss, a sound thick with fury and hunger. It lunges forward, its massive webbed hands sweeping through the shadows beneath the bunk. Wood splinters, the bed shudders violently above Tilly as jagged claws tear through the frame, ripping away a great splintered chunk that lands inches from her face. Dust and debris rain down all over her hair and shoulders. The stench of salt and rot is overwhelming now. The thing is right here.
We will cut back to what is happening up in the lighthouse.
Yay!
What is happening up in the lighthouse?
Literally, it's me hoping that I don't die, holding tight to me, hugging myself.
You've probably heard the noise coming from downstairs.
Yeah, I'm not going to do anything.
You're just going to continue to hide.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. You think I'm going to save someone? You must
I saved you.
Give me a luck roll.
God,
That's
okay.
terrible for Mo.
Yeah, my luck is absolutely
Yay! Quiz doggy.
You're in luck. It all remains quiet in the stairs. It looks like the noise coming from the bunk room has drawn the attention of whatever's downstairs.
Bye-bye, Mom.
Yeah, thanks, Bill.
Back in the pantry, you hear the commotion from the next room.
She's still munching at
The creature outside the door sounds like it's turned and is going back down the hallway.
Right.
What are you doing in this situation?
It sounds like it's moving away again. I want to take a peep.
Using the noise coming from the next room, Kate begins to move. Her fingers stiff from gripping her knees in the dark for what feels like hours, easing towards the stacked crates pressing against the door. She works silently and deliberately, moving them to one side. The faint scrape of wood on stone is buried beneath the groan of the storm outside and the noise coming from the next room. She enters, and the door open just enough to see into the corridor. The light flickers, dim golden gas from the study, just enough to outline the figure moving away, its tool hunched, its skin glistening with seawater, each step accompanied with a faint sucking sound of webbed feet lifting from the wet floorboards. Its spine flexes unnaturally with its breathing. Where hair should be, a slick membrane catches the light like oil on water. It doesn't turn, it doesn't even pause. Its head tilts towards the noise in the bunk room, towards Tilly. Kate holds her breath, motionless in the sliver of open doorway, the faint smell of brine and blood drifting past her. The creature's footsteps grow fainter as it disappears around the corner. For the first time since the storm began, she dares to breathe, quiet and carefully, like the island itself might actually be listening.
I don't know if you want to have a look at the map to remind yourself of what your options are. But you are basically currently under siege from two horrible fish creatures.
Well, there's two of them.
Yes.
I thought there was only one.
No.
You never said there was two.
There's two of them. I did. You just weren't paying attention.
You said there was two.
Obviously, you really, really need to get out of here because these things are nasty. You have nothing to defend yourself with.
You launched yourself onto them. Whee! And crush them like pancakes.
Like toad.
La la.
You can either barricade yourself back in, fight, or flee, basically. You could make a dash for the kitchen and exit out the back door.
Yeah, that's what I was looking at. But then it's back outside into the rain.
Yeah.
There could be more outside. You never know.
Yeah, it could be more
They
outside.
could be. You don't know.
Go on, let's run outside.
Okay. In that case, are you going to try and do this sneakily so you don't draw attention, or are you just going to make a bolt for it?
Yeah, I'm going to fucking bolt.
Okie dokie. Give me a constitution roll.
89. 89.
Kate seizes her chance. She darts from the ladder, light-footed, quick, every instinct screaming, go! The dim hallway opens into the kitchen ahead. She can already see the faint outline of the back door beyond the stove, the promise of rain and freedom beyond it. Then her boots hit the slick patch beside the doorway. Blood, cold, half-dried, hidden in the flicker of the lantern light. Her foot skids from underneath her, and the world lurches sideways. She slams shoulder first into the doorframe with a dull, wet thud that rattles her teeth. A sharp cry escapes before she can choke it down. For her heartbeat, all is still, the pounding of her heart the only sound. Then from the corridor, a guttural hiss arises, a wet, snarling exhalation that turns her blood to ice. Heavy footsteps, fast this time. The floorboards quake beneath the creature's weight as it wheels around and begins to thunder back towards the kitchen. In the dim flash of lightning through the window, she can see it, a silhouette, wide-shouldered and terrible, closing the distance with unnatural speed. Her hands scrabble at the back door latch, slick with their own blood and sweat, and sound approaches, filling the air. Thud, thud, thud. It's closing in. We hope you enjoyed this week's descent into tabletop madness. If you'd like to go deeper and darker, you can find us over on Patreon. There, we've shared exclusive adventures that never made it into the main feed, bonus episodes for those who want more grim tales between sessions, and even Patreon-only player games where you can step into the stage yourself. The road is long, the night is cold, and every companion helps us walk a little further. So check out the Patreon, join us in the dark, and until next time, keep your lanterns close and your wits closer.